Okay. So when we're using substitution, we're basically going to take one equation, doesn't matter which one. We're going to solve it for either x or y. Again, this is where you're going to need to just like pick what's easiest to solve for. And then we're going to plug that into the other equation. Right, so looking at our two equations, which one's going to be easier to work with, you think? The top one. And what variable do you think we should solve for? Y, right? So avoid dividing when you can. If you have a variable by itself in either one of the equations, like pick that equation and solve for that variable. So we're going to take this top equation and we're going to get y by itself. Oh, well, that's not what I just wanted to move that part. Okay, it's fine. So we have 3x plus y equal to 5. So we're getting y by itself, so we're going to move the 3x over. So then we get y equals negative 3x plus 5. Okay? So now that we know that y is equal to negative 3x plus 5, we're going to substitute that in for y in our second equation. So kind of like we did with the composition of functions, we're going to replace that y with this negative 3x plus 5. All right, so now we're going to take our second equation. So 3x plus 3. All right, and we're going to change the y to negative 3x plus 5. And then equals 7. Then we're going to solve for x and get a number. All right, is everybody with me so far? Okay. Does this seem kind of familiar? Okay. So we're going to distribute our 3. So we get 3x minus 9x plus 15 is equal to 7. Then 3x minus 9x is going to give us 6x plus 15 is equal to 7. Then we'll subtract 15. I'm trying to get more room, sorry guys. All right, and then 7 minus 15 gives us 8, or negative 8, sorry. And then we'll divide both sides by 6. So x is equal to negative 4 over 3 when we reduce that fraction. Oh, it's negative 6. Yes, thank you. Which is going to make that positive 4/3. Thanks, Hannah. Okay, so we're not quite done yet. So now we need to get a number for y. So since, shoot, I'm just going to kind of like, right, so since we know that y is equal to negative 3x plus 5, let's take this x and plug it in right here. That way we don't have to move anything. We just have to like multiply, add, and we're done. We have the value for y. So y equals negative 3 times 4 over 3 plus 5. So that will equal negative 4 plus 5, which is 1. So x is 4/3 and y is 1. So that is our final answer. Okay, so which equation would you guys like to work with first? Honestly, it's not really going to matter because we have a y at the top one and an x at the bottom. Personally, I would go with the bottom one because then you don't have to worry about dividing by that negative in front of y. Right, so I would take the bottom one and solve it for x. Right, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're just going to take this. We have x plus 2y is equal to 10. We're going to get x by itself, so we're just going to subtract that 2y. So again, it does not matter if you solve for x or y first. I know especially with the last chapter, we got in the habit of always solving for y. Right, but it doesn't matter. You just have to pick one of the variables in one of the equations and solve for it. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to take what x is equal to, and we're going to replace the x in our other equation with that. Right, so you always have to use the equation that you didn't solve for already. You can't plug it back into itself. So now we're going to have 3 times negative 2y plus 10 minus y is equal to 9. So again, we're going to distribute. So we get negative 6y plus 30 minus y equals 9. All right, so then combine like terms, right? So negative 6y minus y is going to give us negative 7y plus 30 equals 9. Try to move that up, but it's fine. All right, subtract the 30. So 9 minus 30 is going to give us what? Yep. And then divide by negative 7. We're going to take that value for y and plug it into that first equation we solved for. So we're going to take it back up here and plug it in for y. So then we get x equals negative 2 times 3 plus 10. So negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. No, because it's negative 21 divided by negative 7. And then you get a positive 4. So then our final answer, which we write as an ordered pair, should be 4, 3. So x and then y. All right. Do you guys want to try one on your own really quick? See how you do? Huh? All right. So, you can just work this one out in your notes. Everybody good here? Okay. And we'll see what we get. All right, so solve the bottom equation for x is what I would do. So you get x plus 4y equals 12. We're going to move the 4y over. So x is negative 4y plus 12. Then we're going to plug that in for x up here. So we get 5 times, circle that, negative 4y plus 12. Minus 2y equals negative 6. Distribute, so you get negative 20y plus 60 minus 2y equals negative 6. Negative 22y plus 60 is negative 6. So negative 22y equals negative 66. So y equals 3. Right, then we're going to take that 3 and plug it in for y right here. So we get x equals negative 4 times 3 plus 12. So you get negative 12 plus 12. So x is 0. Right, and it's perfectly fine to get 0 as an answer for these. It happens fairly regularly. So, all right. Okay. All right, you guys want to do some homework?
No, not that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's only 4 questions.
How many?
I'm only giving you 4.
Okay, can we give them now so we can get it over with?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, so it is page 229, 9 through 12. And on 11 and 12, you will get a fraction for one of your answers. It's an easy fraction, I promise. Like, it's very normal for a fraction. Like,
What number?
9 through 12.